Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is Johnny B76 coming back at you with a brand new video, and a video that has taken 14 months in the making. What do I mean by that? Well, what I mean is that I purchased this belt over a year ago, 14 months to be precise. This is now July 2021, and I purchased this back in May 2020. Now, a little disclaimer. This belt was made by Mian Championship Belts over in Pakistan. Now, for those of you who are familiar, and you guys that know, in the belt forums on Facebook, and possibly other medias, I don't do Twitter or anything like that, I just use Facebook. You guys know that there was a bit of a incident, shall we say, between Mian and another person, which I'm not going to name any other names here. But regardless of what happened between those two parties, it's not my concern, really. I mean, my concern is that I paid for this over a number of payments, and I was either getting my money back or I was getting a belt. And in this case, I got my belt. Now, I will also say that the communication between myself and Mian was absolutely flawless. The guy kept me up to date every single week, every Sunday in fact. He was messaging me on Sundays. He was telling me what was going on with the belt. He was telling me where the process was, whether it was the leather, whether it was the nameplates, whether it was the Swarovski crystals, whether it was the jewel plating, the center plate, the center nameplate, whether it was to do with the tip at the end. Regardless of what it was, he was letting me know everything. Everything that was going on, he was letting me know. And I wasn't even asking him. There was only a couple of times I was asking Mian about this thing. Where was it? How are things going and everything else. He was sending me pictures when I didn't even ask him. So basically he was telling me like everything that was going, anything that I could think of before I could message him, he was telling me what was going on. His two brothers were also messaging me and telling me that your belt is coming along fine and everything's on schedule. I will have it for you by the end of July. So as of today, it's the 26th, I think, of July 2021. And yeah, it came a few days earlier, in fact, from DHL all the way from Pakistan to here. And I have to say, it is an incredible belt. This, of course, is the IWGP Heavyweight Championship V4. And let's get straight into it. Alright, so let's just start by panning over, and we will begin at the belt tip. Now, I think, as far as I know, I think the actual belt has stones on the belt tip with this plate right here. This is the version 1 center plate. Look at the detail in that. That's perfect, and dual plated as well. I didn't want the stones on this one because it made it look a little, I don't know if it's just me, it looked a little cheap when the stones are on the tip, on the belt tip. But that just, I think it looks better. I really do. Now there is a little, the screws here are just a little loose. That's fine. You just tighten them up. No big deal. Yeah. The belt tip here, that plate that's really nice. Very, very nicely done. Lovely detail. So we'll go from right to left, and we'll come into the first nameplate here. I'll just show you the thickness. There we are. Let's get a better look at that. We'll see how thick these, because the nameplates, the IWGP plate here and the globes are stacked, and you can see that the nameplate are sitting on another plate, if you know what I mean. And those detailings there, look at that. It's Jay White and Kenny Omega, AJ Styles. Beautiful. Now also, I just want to show that the little globes here, they're actually domed. Can you see that? Australia. Yeah, so they're actually domed, and the Swarovski crystals are really, really nice. We have the 4 grommets here. They're nicely, they're quite thick as well. Look at those. Very nice. Very nicely done. And again, with this little IWGP little mini plate here, you can just make out 2 grapplers there. Very nicely done. Also, like the jewel plated painting there. So you got like the likes of Brock Lesnar, Bob Sapp. Now, there was a little delay, about a few weeks, because what happened was Mian told me that he didn't want to send my belt when it was ready, because he saw the artwork on the paint on the look at the detail there, the Jay White name in particular, and the dates are there when they won the belts the first time. He was telling me that he wasn't happy with the paintwork and the artwork on the nameplates. Now these things are tiny. These, I mean, there's my finger here. Look at these. These things are tiny. See? So he scrapped them all because he was doing 6 other belts at the same time as this one, and he wasn't happy with all of them. And I was basically saying, no, dude, that's okay. You can send it. And he was like, no, I don't want to send it to you because it's not right. I said, and he was like, just be patient with me for a few more weeks. And I was like, dude, it's fine. All right, go right ahead. He did, and I think they're amazing. You know, I'll just bypass the center plate, and we'll go over here. Yuji Nagata, Kojima, Scott Norton. Nakamura is here as well. To the next one. There's Van Vader. Doing like the long Japanese names, it's quite difficult to get that artwork right. You know? But again, if you can just see how the globes there, they're domed, you know? Like the NWA. Same here. The tooling on the leather was really nice, but we'll get to that. But let's just get to the center plate here. And we'll start with the top. King of Sports, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Very, very nicely done. Focus. Yeah. You can see the lions here, or is it lions or dragons? It's lions, right? Now, I've noticed other makers, what they do is, I think it's Nuaz, actually. Could be wrong. They actually, you see all of the etching in here, they put they fill these etchings with like a red paint. They fill it with red paint. I'm not sure if that's what the real belt actually looked like. And I saw it on one of a review couple of years ago. Somebody on YouTube, I can't remember his name, forgive me, but yeah, I think they were painted red. And if the real belt is like that, I think it looks better here. I think the less paint on this particular belt, the better. Because I don't think there's any paint at all, to come to think of it. Yeah. So yeah, so this particular stone right here, it's actually green. It's a dark green. It might look a little bit black on the camera, but it's dark green. And you can see like these little grommets here, how thick they are. And the etching, that is deep. And the Swarovski crystals all the way across here. And the font and the etching, it's beautiful work, it really is. Heavyweight champion. And of course, some guys find it difficult to get the International Wrestling Grand Prix like printed, that you can read it properly. This is pretty decent, I have to say. And of course, the lettering. Now, there was an issue actually also. When I first was buying this, I noticed that the G here and the P, it wasn't, if I could just show you there, it wasn't etched out. Do you know what I mean? It was like filled in, so it wasn't cut out. It wasn't cut properly. But that was another delay. And I didn't really care, because I said, look mate, if you want to get this done properly, I want to get it done properly. So I don't mind waiting. And we have, of course, the Kenny Omega nameplate. This one, it's just a little loose. I don't have the proper Allen key to tighten it. It's fine. The detailing here around the plate there. I could be one of the first guys to review the IWGP V4 from Mian Belts. So let me just show you the thickness. This is 5 plates stacked. So we've got the first one just here. So 1, 2. The little plinth that the nameplate sits on is 3, which is the same as this. 4, which is the champion banner, and then the IWGP is 5, which just sits on the same plinth kind of thing as where the champion is. So it's 5 plated. That Lions coin, that is really, really nicely detailed. I really like that. New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's fantastic. So we will just turn it over. Now you can hear a couple of things rattling around. That's just the smell of the leather is really, really nice. So yeah, we have now the tip on this side, and you can see how floppy that is. Look at that. Very, very floppy. Nicely done. All of the screws and bolts are covered up nicely. Very, very nice leather. Really nice. Smells really good. So yeah, so there's that. Yeah. Now what I can compare it to, as you've probably already seen it, it's one of my other videos here, is the AEW Championship. This was made by SA Championship Belts, and this one took about a month to come to me, because he had them already. He had these ready to ship, you know what I mean? So there's a size comparison with that. Get a little closer. So yeah, now this one is the $480 TV accurate. The one before that was a $380, and it's about an inch lower and an inch narrower. and it's three layered stack. That's four layered. This is five, and I paid Mian. I think it was it 380 or 400 US dollars. I can't remember because it just seems like so long ago now, you know. So yeah. So there it is, guys. And you can see it has a very, very nice curve as well. Very, very nice curve for a 5 stack, you know. Yeah. It is one of my all-time favorite. I mean, it's probably my favorite World Championship Wrestling belt. I think it's the most beautiful belt. Of course, everyone's arguing over the V5. It's kind of grown on me. I just wish it was a bit bigger. It looks quite small. But, yeah, that's an argument for another day, really, isn't it? You know? But, yeah. So, anyway, guys, we'll leave it at that. Please like and subscribe. Or dislike if you don't like it. This video will go up pretty soon on my channel. I want to thank you all for watching. This is Johnny B76, and I will talk to you again in the next video. All right, take care, guys. Stay safe. Look after yourselves. Bye bye.